very much, Dr. Hamad. It's just inspiring the thing that you are doing. And I know that Dr. Hamad just arrived in Cairo, Egypt for another meeting, but he kind of accommodated to be able to join us. So moving forward and discussing about the things that we are planning to do together in the regional council, we started the regional council as a smaller community with kind of vision and long-term plans that Dr. Bond had. And I'm really happy that Greg with us today. And Greg, do you want to kind of say hello? And Greg right now is the senior advisor of the regional council.
Thank you, Dr. Hamad. And this is really an honor for me and a pleasure to see so many interested in our Global Assembly. And I thank you, Hamad, for all of your efforts in organizing this. Really a great way to connect with each other around the world. And that's really one of the main purposes of ISAM. So welcome all. Great to see you. And we'll continue forward. Back to you, Hamad.
Thank you very much. And so we try to kind of divide the world into the 15 different regions to make sure that we'll have a better representation. And in that process, we started to look for regional representatives that could cover these 15 regions. And I'm really happy that we already have all those regions covered with national experts and regional experts that are a part of that community, and now they join us to represent their own regional kind of area, and hopefully we'll have further discussion in terms of how to include others in that community. And beyond that, as you know, those kind of regions would cover with some addiction medicine, addiction psychiatry societies. And right now we have 50 addiction medicine societies that are a part of the network. For the countries that we do not have established society that would be interested to work with us, we have national ambassadors. So for those countries that we do not have the societies, we just look for national ambassadors to play that role in terms of the country contact person to be able to help them to develop those societies. And then within that network, we have what we call country experts. So we are hopeful to have at least 10 experts from each country that would be represented in the regional council and also ISAM Global Expert Network. So that is the plan that we have, and we are working on that in terms of making the global network of experts that are working together. I'm really happy that we had the first Global Assembly on February 10th, 2 years ago. And now, after 2 years, we have the fifth assembly and meeting together. I'm really happy. As you can see here, there are some faces in the meeting 2 years ago that you can see in the meeting today as well. So I'm happy that we have been able to kind of extend the friendship. We had the second meeting in November 2022 in Malta, in Valletta. We had the third meeting on April 2023. And then we had the fourth meeting in Marrakesh in November 2023. And now we have the fifth meeting today. And we are looking forward to have the sixth meeting in Istanbul. So every year we have one meeting in person in the annual meeting and one meeting as something like a virtual meeting, as you can see here. In that process, we also finalized the terms of reference for the regional council. Now, those who are serving the regional council, they know about the details, about the roles, what they are supposed to do, what are the responsibilities, what are the benefits of being a member. And I would like to ask my colleagues to be able to, if they have access to the terms of reference, they can share that in the chat space. I can imagine they probably can even attach files. So that could be an opportunity, or I will do that in the space to just make sure that people would have access to a terms of reference. Meanwhile, we developed a steering committee of people who are experts in the field of addiction medicine to be able to develop some global surveys. And we also have a list of experts from multiple countries around the world, as you can see here, and societies that are part of that global expert network. And we try to develop the system of global collaboration in a sort of systematic way to recruit people and kind of validate their expertise. Right now in the first wave, we have 354 experts And we are looking forward to extend the network of experts to 500 experts around the world. And we are working with the regional representatives right now to basically establish that global network. And we really like to have you be a part of that network and help us for that process. As you probably have heard, we have been successful in putting together a specific paper discussing about the methodology of the global surveys that we are going to run. This is the paper that we are going to be published in Frontiers in Psychiatry. As you can see here, we have a large group of colleagues who contribute to that paper, and we are looking forward to develop several other papers in the future as well. Right now, as a sort of pilot project, we started to see if we can make a global report about what is actually happening for opioid use disorder treatment around the world, and what are the treatment services that are available around the world, and what are the challenges that people around the world are facing for treatment of opioid use disorder. And that is sort of a pilot project for us to see if we can bring people together and collaborate. So we have already started to share the initial draft of this specific paper. These are the societies that they contributed to that survey. There are 41 societies that contribute to the survey from 5 different continents. And as you can see here, we developed sort of a series of maps regarding the treatment service provision for opioid use disorder in different countries around the world. And that is something that we are interested to extend the collaboration. And I can see here people are kind of raising it. Please raise your hand and we'll definitely get to the kind of time to answer the questions and have your contribution in that process. Now we are basically asking countries that they contribute to that survey to provide us with an overview about what is actually happening in their country. As you can see here, this is a sort of a sample imaginary country, Estoria. We basically ask people to use the same template for their own country and provide us with references about the specific things that are happening in their country. And we are collecting information. For example, as you can see here, we have kind of information from Argentina, from the US, from Canada, and other countries are contributing to that map. We are hopeful that we can just make some like a global map of what we call world addiction medicine reports. So we are moving towards being able to put these pieces together to develop world addiction medicine reports to give people an idea about what is actually happening in addiction treatment around the world. We are still waiting for some countries to send us their sort of overview about their countries and contribute to the discussion. So we will send them reminders and hopefully we'll have their feedback in that process. Meanwhile, we are working to develop different working groups within the ISAM Global Expert Network. As you can see here, we already have 5 active working groups, one on dual psychotic disorders, the other on problematic internet use, ADHD and SUD, telemedicine for opioid use disorder, and PTSD SUD. So we have these 5 working groups that are working. And a year ago, we didn't have any of those working groups. I mean, they have been formed recently, and we are looking forward to encourage others who have a specific expertise in the field of addiction, medicine, psychiatry, who are interested to lead a working group on a specific topic on kind of comorbidities, things that are important for them, and are interested to have a global contribution and global map of what is happening in their own country and in countries around the world and how they can collaborate around the world. So we encourage others to contribute in that process. And how it works, we usually start with 2 co-chairs that they lead the working group, and then we shape a steering committee. For example, this is the steering committee that we are shaping specifically for problematic use of internet. And we are still, as you can see here, I mean, these members are mainly from Europe and US. We are discussing with colleagues in other parts of the world to join this steering committee. We are now accepting people from Asia, from Africa, from South America that are interested to be a part of that sort of a steering committee for running global surveys. And we already have started a specific global survey that we are going to ask societies. So if you are leading a society we are going to send you a survey asking you what is the position of your society regarding problematic use of internet. Is this something that your addiction medicine society is interested to? Do you think that that is an area that your society is going to invest on? Are you going to train people? Is this something that you think that would be a part of addiction medicine in the future? Or you consider that activity as something that is not related to addiction medicine, and you are not your society is not interested to go towards kind of specific issues regarding addictive behaviors and things like that. So these are the questions that we have, and we are not quite sure what is the answer is going to be in terms of what people are thinking about how we might be able to have basically contribution from addiction society. So that is the reason that we run this survey. So that is going to be the next thing that we are going to run and we'll ask societies to contribute to. Right now, we are working to develop what we call ISAM portal. So we are hopeful that we will be able to have an online portal to run these sort of surveys online and give people uh, profiles so they can have their own accounts in the global survey system. And based on the surveys that they attend, they would receive scores. And then based on the scores that they have, they can receive discounts in the activities that we have been doing in ISAM. So we are trying to make all those activities sort of online in an online platform, and we are hopeful that is going to be the plan for the future.